Hi Scorpio, this is Teresa from Tarot by T. Welcome to May and your Love TarotScope. And before I get started on your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on my videos. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for those who have ordered readings. I value your support and I've enjoyed working with all of you. And so let us see what's going on. We have a new moon in Taurus, which is going to happen in your relationship sector, the 7th house. And we have a full moon in Sag, which will be occurring in your 2nd house of money and self-worth. So I'll get to that later. But for now, let's see what's going on for Scorpio for the month of May. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships in the month of May? Okay, the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So let us see. These have, okay, so I think it's a little bit of both, love and career for this month. So you have the Queen of Cups here. This can represent you. The Queen of Cups usually represents someone who's very intuitive, very has a lot of empathy, very sensitive, very caring and compassionate person, and sometimes may keep her feelings hidden. But she feels deeply. And so that could be Scorpio, because the Queen of Cups can be a water sign, which would be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Very intuitive. So you need to trust your intuition this month. You have the Ace of Swords crossing you, so you are on a mission in May. You've been activated. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning or a new way of thinking about something. So you might be really ambitious this month. You're either trying to create new love in your life, or to create greater prosperity in business. You might be trying to achieve something in a career situation. Whatever it is, you've been activated. You're ready to take charge, ready to do something, to make something happen. In the past, you have the 10 of Cups. So the 10 of Cups, you know, you're surrounded by a lot, you have a lot of support around you. You're not, people really want to see, there's a lot of love in your life. People want to see you happy. You have family, you have friends that are there for you, and they're supporting you. You may have shared love, and if you're in a relationship, you're probably in a good relationship right now. If you're not in a relationship, then you're remembering the past and all the love that you had in the past, because the Queen is looking to the past. So you're kind of evaluating your life, and you may be going over, you know, the different events of your life, and when you had love and when you had good times. And you have the 2 of Wands here, which is in the recent past. So there's a possibility of a partnership. And you're not sure where it's going to go yet. It's just the beginning stages. You put a lot of energy towards something, and this could be work or love, because the Wands usually relate to career more than love. But I feel like either it's a partnership that is through work, or a partnership where you're putting energy towards something. You're trying to achieve a goal. And right now, you're kind of on the fence waiting to see what the results of that goal are going to be. The Seven of Wands is coming up in the near future. And that's a situation where you have the upper hand. So whatever obstacles you're facing, you can overcome them. And you might have to set some boundaries. You might have to stand up for what you believe in, fight for what you believe. But you have the vantage point. You can win. So don't give up the fight. So if someone is challenging you in the month of May, you need to stand up for yourself. And you may need to set some boundaries. You may need to say, this is what I can do, and this is what I can't do. This is what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm not willing to accept. You have to let people know what you stand for, what you believe in. And don't be intimidated by any type of, if anyone who's trying to push you in a different direction. Just stand up for what you believe in. You have the Six of Cups here in the near future, which is good. That means you're moving away from, you're moving toward greater harmony. You're going to be, things are going to be starting to feel better. If you've been through a difficult time where you felt you were constantly fighting or you were constantly struggling, because you have this Nine of Wands here, so you've been fighting for this goal for a long time. You've been trying to achieve something for a long time, and you've been waiting for results for a long time. And you're at the point where you're thinking, should I just give up? I mean, am I ever going to achieve my goal? Well, the Six of Cups is the answer. The Six of Cups is saying yes, don't give up, because the future is going to be brighter. You're healing from the past. You have the Three of Swords here. Six of Cups relates to the past. Sometimes it can reconnect us with past situations so that we can either have closure or make them better. So the Six of Cups, you're healing from the past, but you're also connecting with people from the past, and you're learning from your mistakes. You're learning from the things that you've done in the past, and you may even be able to fix some of those things so that the future is better, because you're wiser now. You're still, with the Three of Swords, you're cutting away what's no longer working, not only in relationship, but also in yourself and the way you deal with things. You have learned a lot of lessons over the past years. You don't want to dwell in the past, but you want to learn from it. I mean, you can't cry over spilt milk. What's done is done, but you can learn. So if anything has happened that you maybe have regrets about, remember, it's all a lesson. So what makes it valuable is that you don't repeat your mistakes, that you learn the lesson and you handle things differently now. And you are going to be moving toward greater harmony with this Six. With the Three of Swords, you're cutting away. This is in your negative thinking sector. So you might still be suffering from a past relationship, or you might be thinking about ending a relationship that's no longer working. Maybe someone from the past comes back and you decide, you're not interested, you don't want to deal with this person anymore, and you're not going to make the same mistake twice, and you let them go. But it affects you, because Scorpio has deep feelings, and they don't let go of relationships very easily. In your environment, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So you're definitely on a career path. You might be taking a different direction with your career, and you might be at the beginning stages of this new path where you're still learning things, you're still feeling a little bit uncomfortable because there's so much, it's a new path. But it's going to lead to greater independence down the road. You have this Nine of Pentacles here. You have these two nines. So you're getting to the end of the road. You're getting to the end of your struggles. You're getting closer to the point where you could say, okay, I've achieved my goal, and now I'm going to get the rewards. Because the Nine of Pentacles is a card of, for some of you, you might be working for yourself. You might be thinking, well, I'd like to start my own business, or I'd like to work more independently. I'd like to find a job that gives me more freedom, more autonomy. And I think you can be working as an independent contractor. You could even work for a company where you're the manager, or you're running things, and they kind of leave you alone. They let you do your thing, and they don't interfere too much. So you're going to be making money at the end of this cycle. But at the same time, with the Nine of Pentacles, you're going to be, so you're going to solve one problem. Your financial situation's going to improve with this new path that you're on. But at the same time, you're going to be thinking, well, but what about relationship? It's not enough to just have money. I remember when I was happy in a relationship. I remember when I had love in my life. I want that again. I want to share my life with someone. So you're going to be thinking about relationship also. And maybe you reconnect with old friends and old people just to kind of, because you've been working hard, you may reconnect with people from the past, and it might open some doors up romantically for you. Or, but the Six of Cups can also represent new people coming in too. It's like past and future. It kind of combines the past, where you heal from the past, you learn from the past, you reconnect with some people, but you're also meeting new people too. So you're coming into a situation of greater harmony. The Nine of Wands in your wish fulfillment sector, sometimes that can bring a crisis from the past that you thought was over with, and this thing comes back, so it could be a relationship that you thought was done, that you broke up and you haven't heard from this person in a long time, and they may come back for one last round, and you're going to have to stand your ground with this person. You're going to have to set boundaries with this person and let them know that it's a new game, and you're not going to be the same old person you were in the past. So that could either, you might decide to just stand your ground, have the final closure, send this person on their way. If they're not willing to accept the new conditions, it may mean an ending of a relationship. Or it could just mean, if they are willing to accept it, you could have you can work things out so that it's better for both of you. Instead of it being one-sided, there could be more balance. So be prepared to confront some problem from the past that may reappear. But in the end, you're going to be in a good place. So just stand your ground. Don't give in. Don't give up. Stand up for what you believe in. Now let's see where this, the astrology, the new moon. The new moon is going to be in Taurus. And that's happening in your 7th house. So you could have a new beginning or a new relationship. And that could be love. It could also be business. You could be forming a business partnership that is going to be really beneficial to you, because this new moon in Taurus is, it's favored, it's in a trine aspect to Mars and Pluto. So that's favorable. Mars and Pluto is very powerful. So you could attract powerful people. You could have a relationship with someone. And now when Pluto's in the 7th house, it can mean power struggles. But actually, no, Pluto is in Capricorn, so for you it's not. It's the new moon that's in the 7th. Pluto is in, let's see where it is. Pluto's in the 3rd house. Okay, so you're still going to be attracting power. Pluto is power, and Mars is energy. Mars is activating the 3rd house, and that's the house of communication. So the one thing you have to be careful with is how you communicate to others. You may be communicating in a forceful way. You have this warrior thing activated in you. You have this warrior energy with Mars. So you have to be careful that you're not being overbearing in your communication. You want to stand up for yourself, but you don't want to be belligerent. You don't want to be, like Don Corleone, So you have to watch your communication in the month of May. And actually, while Pluto's going to be in your 3rd house for a while, as long as it's in Capricorn. And Mars will come out. Mars is will be moving into Aquarius toward the end of the month. So you may have to deal with some bullies in your environment while this Mars-Pluto thing is coming together. Because there may be someone who's trying to bully you or control you in some way. And you're going to have to stand up for yourself. Jupiter's in your 1st house. It's in Scorpio. It's good. At the end of the year, it will be moving into Sagittarius. But for now, you are, you're feeling more optimistic. It's a good time to be, you're like the golden child when Jupiter's in your 1st house. The only thing you have to watch out for is gaining weight, and being overly, taking on more than you can handle. Because you're so optimistic that you think, I can do anything. I can, take on the world. Neptune's in your 5th house, so that could bring romance. But again, you want to be careful that you're seeing your partner. It can bring romance or creativity. If you're doing anything creative, Neptune is your friend. Neptune helps you think of ideas, and you're almost channeling creativity with Neptune. But if it's not dealing with art or music or film or creative writing, then it could bring a partner, a romance with someone who may have a drinking or a drug problem, or someone who's a little shady. So you want to be careful that you're seeing things clearly, that you're not dealing with someone who's playing the victim or trying to deceive you in some way. So you want to be careful about romance when Neptune's in the 5th house. On the other hand, if you've ever wanted to be an artist, now's the time to try your hand at some creative project, and you'll probably do really well with it. So the full moon is happening in Sagittarius. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, Uranus is also moving into Taurus. And when Uranus moves into Taurus, it's going to be affecting your 7th house. So it's going to bring some surprises in terms of relationship. You may meet someone suddenly out of the blue. Someone you wouldn't never expected to be with, all of a sudden, here they are. Things can happen. The person could be really fun, a lot of fun. Uranus doesn't always represent stability, so it could be really exciting while it lasts, but it may or may not last. You have to kind of wait till this aspect is over. But if anything, it's going to free you. You're going to have fun and feel freer than you have in a long time. The full moon is happening in Sagittarius, and that's affecting your 2nd and 8th house. So something that has to do with finances, the money that you earn, your self-worth, something is coming to completion at the full moon. So if you've been working on ways to increase your income, you might be finishing up a project that's going to bring in more money. It's also going to make you feel more confident, because the 2nd house is also the house of self-esteem. So it's a good influence. What else is happening? You've got the North Node in your 10th house. So it could be that you're finally getting on a path. The full moon is trining the North Node. And the North Node in Leo in your 10th house, you might be finding work that really speaks to who you are. You might be feeling like, okay, now I'm doing the work I was meant to do. So this could be a good full moon for you. The only issues that we're having at this time, and you have Mars going through your 4th house, so you could be working on, when Mars moves into Aquarius, you might have some stuff going on at home. So when Mars goes through the 4th house, you could have arguments at home with the people you live with, or you could be redecorating your house, or like working on doing some kind of construction around the house. The best way to use this energy is to, get into spring cleaning or something, or get into any kind of renovation. Because if you're spending energy, physical energy, then you won't be fighting as much. It could also bring a romance, some kind of sexual liaison at home. More, because Mars is the planet of sex, Mars is the planet of energy, aggression, it's the warrior. Wherever Mars is, that's where it's activating, that's where your energy is going. So you could be really busy doing something that's connected with your house, or you might be trying to create some type of stability. Maybe you're making repairs to your house. Maybe you're trying to make your home more comfortable in some ways. But there's energy going on with Mars in the 4th house. If you share your house with someone, you could be arguing over, if you're married, picking different colors or doing different types of decorations, Venus is opposing Saturn at this time, at the full moon. And Venus is in your 9th and Saturn's in your 3rd. So, on the one hand, it could bring love with someone totally different. Someone who really opens you up to new ways of thinking, and you might be learning new things with Venus in the 9th house. And you might be loving it. You might be going back to school, getting more training. You might be teaching. You might have a romance with someone who's from a foreign country, or someone who was raised in a different culture than you, or has different spiritual beliefs than you. With Saturn in your 3rd, you may feel, so if you meet someone, your relatives may be against the relationship. They might be saying now, look what you're doing, They may not approve because Saturn is kind of heavy energy. And they may be critical of some things you're doing. So you may feel cut off from your family. Like, because the third house rules siblings, aunts, uncles, siblings, neighbors. You may feel they're being too stuffy. And so communication may be kind of blocked a little bit. Like you may be feeling, I don't know, I just don't see eye to eye with them anymore. I don't know you just may feel a little bit isolated from some of your relatives during this time. But overall, a full moon in your second house affecting your 8th house, I think that that could be a positive thing. It could bring in greater financial wealth, or at least a sense that you're feeling better about your finances, or you're feeling better about yourself. You're feeling more confident. So I think that May might be a good time for you, as long as you cut away what no longer serves, stand up for what you believe in, stand your ground, be willing to embrace new opportunities with new people, and know that you're coming to the end of some hard work, and you're going to be getting some rewards. Because when you get to the 10, right now you're in the 9. You have the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. When you get to the 10, that's the end of a cycle. So you're getting close to the end of your goal, and you're going to start to see some rewards, especially in the financial area. So I'm not worried about you. If someone from the past comes back, get that closure, cut out what's no longer serving you, and move toward your success, because it's all on the horizon. You're feeling stronger. You are fighting for what you believe in, and that's always a good thing. So I hope this reading was a help to you, Scorpio. If you'd like to get a private reading that specifically toward speaks to your specific issues, you can just click on the link in the description and visit my website, and we'll get you on the schedule, and we'll be working together. So have a wonderful May. Much success, much love, much joy, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.